Hello, welcome to Miemie's Keepsakes. I'm Marnell. I am back with the 100-day project again today, and we are on day 31, and it's scrap paper flowers, and they will look like this once they're done. Now, there is a lot of ways to make scrap flowers or paper flowers. I am just going to follow along with Tina's instructions on her 100-day projects, and I am using here just a 1¼ inch circle punch, and I'm just punching out some bases. Okay, that should be enough. I don't know how much time we have. So even the backing can be scrap pieces of papers. It doesn't have to be a thick cardstock. I think just something a little sturdier than copy dyed paper would definitely be preferable. But if you think regular paper would be fine, then use that. The other thing that I found works easier is a softer paper. So these are strips of avocado dyed papers that I have left. So they're just easier to maneuver. Maybe if you have printed papers, this is a 32-pound paper printed on for 32 pounds. So it's a little bit stiffer and harder to maneuver. This is just regular coffee paper, just easier. The easiest I found was the coffee dyed paper, because it was in water, and even the avocado dyed papers, it was in water sitting there, and just getting a little bit softer and weaker and easier to manipulate. So what you'll need is scrap papers, something to put in the middle. I have buttons here and some small little flowers, and I also have some decorative brads. Tina used flat back bowls. I don't have any. And then I would suggest the best way would be a hot glue gun. I did try it with my art glitter glue, but it takes a long time for it to dry, and you can go on to the next step. So depending on what you prefer, you do what's easiest for you. And if your first flower looks like this, don't despair, keep trying. That was my first flower. Anyway, so all you need is a strip of paper, and I tore mine just to give it a little bit more of a texture. And then, like with this one, I'll be able to make quite a few strips. So this is definitely perfect for all those strips of paper that you have when you're tearing your paper to size for your journal. These are perfect. So the first thing you need to do is, I'm gonna have the outside torn edge, the edge of my petal, so I'm gonna fold to the inside. And what I kind of tried to do was, at the beginning I just folded it like this, but I do think you need to try to shape it into a circle from the beginning. Then you get a better shape for your flower. And just keep practicing. And I think I'm gonna do like a half circle, and then she did, I think, 4 pieces for her outer layer and 3 for her inner layer. Just play around with it, decide what works for you. It's just whatever works. And then I'm going to make one for the inner layer as well. So yeah, definitely something, again, you can easily do when you're driving somewhere and you're the passenger, of course. And or when you are watching TV. And for sure, don't throw away those strips, because they can be used for many things. I usually keep mine, and I will stamp words or tall skinny images on them. They're great for collages at the back of your tags if you want to spend the time doing that. So don't throw away those, don't throw away anything. Anyway, so then you just glue your strips onto your circle. Okay, and don't glue it to your table. Okay. And yes, the hot glue is messy. Be careful not to burn yourself. It gets way hotter than you think. And just keep shaping it while you glue. Okay, so that's my outer layer. Okay. And all these strings are why I don't like a hot glue gun. See it, everything sticks to your fingers. Then we're gonna do the inner layer. And of course you can stop there now and put a big button in the middle and you're all good. You don't need 2 layers. See what works for you, what looks best. I'm going to get rid of that piece maybe. I don't know if I'm adding too much glue. And then like mine, oh my goodness, it doesn't really look totally round, so I just went in and you can even tear it, and then I just can take your scissors and just rough it up again because the other ones are torn. Anyway, and then just shape your flowers a little bit, and once if you add them to a journal, obviously they're gonna press flat anyway. And you can also ink around the edges, or like this one I added some gold wax which I really liked. So ink or gold wax, or you don't have to do this step at all, or you can even ink them before you start. And yeah, I definitely need more practice with this, so be kind with the Tina seemed to, obviously she has done this a lot of times and hers just all look really pretty. Let's add a button in the middle. The other one I added a little flower and one of those gem brads. Okay, so that's one. The other thing I thought I'll try is I have some tea bags here and I was wondering how they would look. Tina also said she did some with paper bags, so maybe I'll try a paper bag. And then obviously if you're mass making, you'll just sit and make the ruffles for your flower and then glue them on together. Okay, so this one I'm thinking I probably need to glue as I go because it's not like the paper that it would keep the shape. Okay. Oh my. Let's see if this will work. Coffee filters I think will work well as well. These are definitely a little harder to glue down because the paper keeps the shape. Okay, let's try another one that doesn't have as much. I think I'll only need that much. Just shape this a little better. Okay. Okay, this one definitely is harder than the paper, just because it doesn't keep the shape as well, but it's doable, I think. Okay. I think the other thing what will look really nice and work maybe better with paper too is if you make origami paper and then ruffle it up, because it will add a totally different texture. Okay, so that's the flower, and shall we add a button in there in the middle? Let's see this button. Okay, I definitely need more practice with but there is your flower. I think it's so cute. So, oh, if you hear rustling, I have two little dogs here. I decided to come upstairs. I'm dog sitting my friends' dogs, and they are walking around, sniffing everything. Okay, so this is just a paper bag that I cut open. Let's tear that piece off because it's double. And then there's one strip. And tear that one again. Cut this one. And tear that one again. Okay. I think this one needs to be a little smaller. Okay, so let's try again. And so you're just folding all your pieces of paper. Okay. Let's glue this on so they don't lose their shape. So I think we finally have spring. We've had absolutely gorgeous days, one after the other, since the weekend. So I am going to say we are finally reached a spot where we can say we're heading into spring. because it felt like that was never gonna happen for the longest time. And I walked through my garden. I have some bulbs sprouting and some hyacinths. I can't wait for them to bloom. I think that should be enough to get in here. Okay, see, and this is a softer paper. I definitely think the softer the paper, the easier it is. Maybe on the inside, this one needs to be smaller. Okay. The glue is totally stuck everywhere now, but it's okay. This is too big. Okay, so for this one, let's add maybe a flower in the middle there with a brad. I think I need a smaller brad. Those are really big. This one, I think that one will work. Okay, and I am just going to poke a hole through all the layers and then put my brad through. Yes, and I do think the easiest way to decorate these would be a flat back pearl or any flat back kind of jewel, and then you can just go ahead and shape them. And I crumple them up a little bit so they have more of a flower shape. Okay, let's try another one. I'm going to try this this paper. It is a hand-dyed paper as well. Let's do one more, and then I will go on and practice more, because I definitely need practice. My flowers aren't as pretty as Tina's, but I think if you just practice, then this would be a great way to use up all those paper strips that we all have in our scraps. So many of them. Okay. Maybe I'll try. I just think your paper needs to be nice and soft. Maybe something like tracing paper will work well too. And she did hers in pieces, but I kind of feel like it's easier to do one piece, because then you can shape your circle better. I find that if I do like she did 3 and 4 pieces for her outer layers, then I end up with a more like an oval shape than a round shape. See, this is way more round, so I think this works better for me. I'm sorry. they think they are in heaven because there's so many new things to play with and sniff at. And okay, yes, this is definitely working better for me. It gives me a better shape. Oops. I'm going to pull that one in a little bit more. And so for this one, I can almost just, I'm going to put that button on there. I just saw it and I think it would be perfect on this one. So let's try one where we make full circles and make 2 layers. So I think this works better for me as making a full circle rather than trying to make excuse me. Shall we try, I wish I had some book page here because that would be interesting. I did make one with book page here, but I don't have more of that book page close by. So let's do one with, let's try this paper. It was printed on coffee paper, copy paper, not coffee paper. And let's see if we can do something with this one, because the first one I did was on the 32-pound paper and that was definitely too stiff for me, and maybe if I practice more it will be better. And so how are we going to use these flowers that we just made? They will obviously be perfect on a, oh, I'm sorry for the dogs. Let me just get rid of them. Sorry about that. I can concentrate better if I don't have to keep an eye on them and see what they are getting into. I don't want them to eat anything in here. Okay, so be prepared to fight with all the strings from the glue stick for sure, as the glue stick kind of dries, you know, cools down. Okay, that's one layer. Get another stick in here. Okay, that's one layer done. Let's try another one in the middle. Maybe the middle piece needs to be smaller. Okay. Okay. Yes, and I'm just kind of folding them in to make a circle. And then I'm gonna glue it there. And glue this in the middle. Yes, this method works better for me, I think. My flowers has a better shape than trying to do 4 and 5 different layers. And I'm gonna glue that one on the top there. There's another cute flower. Anyway, I was saying, what will you use these for? They can be obviously toppers and things for tags and decorations for journaling cards and pockets and anything you want to decorate. I really think they would, a cluster of them would look really nice on the journal cover. Oh my, now I can't find my words. A journal cover, I think even if, because the base is so sturdy, if you just glue it just like halfway, it can even be a little stuck spot on the end of a page. Okay, it's time to call it a day, I think, for me. Anyway, there is the scrap paper flowers, and again, I'm doing the 100-day project, and I am following along with Tina from Shabby Dabby Dooda's mask making session. She has one a week, and she has 100 of them, and then she repeats them. So I think at the moment she's at week 189 or something, so she's almost done with her second set of these projects. And I absolutely love these because the more you keep doing this like this, you can add to the pockets you've already made, and decorate the pockets, and so forth and so forth. Anyway, lots of great ideas. And the other thing that she has a lot of is pockets, which I never know what to do, so the pockets are really great for me. It's easy to make journaling cards and tags, but the pockets are always another thing, and it's great to have a variety of pockets. So if you want to follow along, please do, or go watch her channel. I always link both her videos, like say day 31 and day 131, so you can watch both. And then if you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'm still doing the draw on episode or day 50, and I'm adding people to that draw every day. So today, I don't know if I mentioned it yet. So today is Donna and Jovi from Creating with Jovi. Thank you for leaving comments. I'll add your names to my container with for the draw, and we'll do that on day 50. And in that draw, I will add as much as possible that I can jam into one envelope of all the projects that I have finished for the 100-day project. So keep leaving a comment if you want an envelope filled with some decorated ephemera. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.